Take a slow breath in and gently let it go. Allow your body to rest and let your thoughts soften as this quiet story begins. Tonight we return to a familiar place, a place filled with memories, with shadows that are no longer frightening, only distant, like a dream you once had long ago. This is the story of the fourth closet. Charlie had always believed that some doors once closed should never be opened again. And yet, here she was, standing on the edge of memories she never truly escaped. The world around her felt calm on the surface. The sky was quiet, the air felt still, but deep inside something old was slowly waking up. Not fear, not panic, just recognition. Charlie had learned to live with unanswered questions. She had learned to live with the idea that parts of her past were missing, hidden away like forgotten dreams. Sometimes late at night, she wondered if the missing pieces were gone for a reason. And tonight, those pieces were beginning to return. She was not alone. Jessica was there, quiet, thoughtful, always observing more than she said. John was there too, gentle, loyal, and steady, like an anchor keeping the group grounded. They were bound together by something none of them had asked for, a shared past tied to a name they wished they could forget, Henry Emily, and his creations. Far away beneath layers of steel and silence, something stirred, a machine, once dormant, resting in darkness. Its shape was unfinished, incomplete, waiting, not with urgency, but with patience, as if it knew time would eventually bring everything back to it. Charlie often felt like she was standing between two worlds, one foot in reality, the other in something artificial. She remembered her father as kind, distant, brilliant, a man who built wonders and mistakes. But lately her memories felt strange, blurry at the edges. Sometimes when she touched her arm or looked at her reflection a little too long, she felt disconnected, as if the girl staring back at her was only part of the truth. The group followed a trail of quiet discoveries, not loud revelations, not sudden horrors, just gentle realizations, falling into place one by one. They learned that what had been destroyed was not always gone, that what had been buried could still breathe, and that some creations were made not to live, but to replace. Charlie began to understand something unsettling. Her life was not as simple as she believed. Her pain, her strength, her survival, none of it was accidental. She had been built with care, with intention, not born, but created. And yet, she felt real. Her thoughts were real. Her love was real. Her fear, her hope, her exhaustion, all real. And maybe that was what mattered most. Somewhere else, another presence moved silently. Elizabeth, a name spoken softly like a whisper through metal corridors. She was not angry, not screaming. She was patient. She believed she deserved more. More life, more time, more control. And she believed Charlie had something that belonged to her. The night deepened, the world slowed, and the truth waited quietly, like a lullaby just before sleep. Because not all monsters roar. Some simply wait. Take another slow breath in and let it out. The story will continue. But for now, rest here. As the days passed, Charlie felt the distance between herself and the world growing thinner. Not weaker, just transparent, like glass. She moved through familiar places, but everything felt slightly out of sync, as if reality was a second behind her thoughts. She smiled when expected. She spoke when spoken to. Yet deep inside, she listened. There were moments when sound faded, when time softened. Moments when Charlie wondered if she was remembering or being remembered. She thought of her father again, Henry Emily, a man who loved deeply and feared even more deeply. He had tried to protect what he created, but protection had turned into isolation, and isolation into silence. John stayed close to her, not asking questions, not pushing, just being there. Sometimes that was enough. He noticed the way Charlie hesitated before touching things, the way her eyes lingered on reflections, mirrors, windows, shiny metal surfaces, as if she was searching for proof that she truly existed. Far below them, behind locked doors and forgotten halls, machines rested, not sleeping, waiting. They were not alive in the way humans were alive, but they were not empty either. They held memories, commands, purposes written long ago. And one purpose was beginning to rise above the rest. Elizabeth was learning patience. She had learned it in darkness, in stillness, in places where time did not move forward, only around her. She believed she was owed something, not revenge, not chaos, balance. She had watched Charlie from afar, studied her movements, her emotions. Elizabeth saw what others did not. She saw the seams. Charlie's dreams became quieter, but heavier. She dreamed of halls that never ended, rooms without doors, a music box playing a song that slowed and slowed until it was almost silent. In those dreams, she was never afraid, only curious. The truth was unfolding carefully, not crashing down, not exploding, just revealing itself. Charlie began to understand that she was one of many versions, iterations, attempts, not mistakes. Each one had been built to hold something precious, a soul. Some versions had failed, some had broken, some had been hidden away, and one had survived, Charlie. The realization did not hurt the way she expected it to. Instead, it felt calming. If she had been created, then her purpose was intentional. If she was artificial, then her feelings were still real. And if she could feel love, then she was alive. Jessica noticed the change. Charlie moved with more certainty now, less doubt, as if understanding herself had brought her peace. But peace in this world was always temporary. The group followed the quiet pull of unfinished stories, old buildings, abandoned rooms, places where memories clung to the air. They did not rush. They did not panic. They moved slowly, like the story itself. Somewhere, something shifted. A door opened that had been sealed for years. Metal brushed against metal, and a voice, soft and controlled, whispered a name, Charlie. Not as a threat, as a promise. Everything slowed, not stopped, just softened, as if the world itself was preparing to rest. Charlie felt the change before she understood it. A gentle pressure in her chest, a quiet awareness, like a distant melody she could almost recognize. She was no longer running from the truth. She was walking toward it. The places they visited felt heavier now. Not dangerous, not loud, simply full. Rooms held echoes of decisions made long ago, of hands that built carefully and hearts that hoped too much. Charlie felt drawn to these places, as if they were calling her home. John noticed how she listened to the silence, how she paused, tilting her head slightly, as though something was speaking beneath the noise of the world. He didn't interrupt her. Some understanding did not need words. Elizabeth's presence grew clearer, not physically, not yet, but emotionally. She was closer now, close enough to feel. Elizabeth believed she was the rightful one, the final version, the one who should have lived freely. And in her mind, Charlie was an echo that had gone too far. But Elizabeth did not hate. Hate was messy, unfocused. Elizabeth preferred control. She waited, watching Charlie's calm with interest. Peace, after all, could be disrupted so easily. Charlie's memories began to align, not suddenly, not violently, like puzzle pieces settling into place. She remembered moments that had never been hers, hands holding tools, eyes watching from behind glass. Yet none of it felt invasive. It felt inherited. She realized that her father had never meant to trap anyone. He had been trying to save something precious, trying to preserve love. And in doing so, he had created reflections, lives layered on top of one another. The idea did not frighten her. If anything, it explained the quiet strength she had always felt, the resilience, the sense of purpose. She had been built to endure. The others sensed the shift. Jessica watched Charlie carefully now, not with suspicion but with concern. Change, even gentle change, was still change, and change meant uncertainty. The path ahead felt unavoidable, not rushed, not forced, just inevitable. They were moving toward the center of everything, toward the place where creation and intention overlapped, where answers waited patiently. Elizabeth prepared, not with anger, not with fear, with certainty. She believed the world had made a mistake, and mistakes, in her view, were meant to be corrected. Charlie felt it, a pull, a presence, not threatening, not loud, simply aware of her. For the first time, she understood that she was not alone in her uniqueness. She was part of something larger. And for a moment, as the night deepened, Charlie felt an unexpected calm. If this was her truth, then she would face it gently. Let your breathing slow again. The story does not rush. Neither should you. The night felt deeper now, not darker, just quieter, as if the world itself was holding its breath. Charlie could feel how close she was to the center of everything. Not a physical place alone, but an emotional one. The closer she came, the less resistance she felt inside herself. Acceptance had softened her edges. They arrived at a place shaped by forgotten intentions, a structure built with care, then abandoned when care was no longer enough. The air here felt different, heavy with memory, gentle with silence. Charlie stepped forward slowly. She did not feel fear. Elizabeth revealed herself not with drama, but with presence. She stood calmly, as though she had always been there, watching, waiting. Her voice, when it came, was smooth and controlled. She spoke of fairness, of balance, of what she believed had been taken from her. Charlie listened, not defensively, not angrily, just listening. She understood now that Elizabeth was not chaos. Elizabeth was conviction. Elizabeth believed she was the final answer, the most complete version, and in her certainty she could not understand Charlie's calm. Why would someone accept being second or third or something in between? Charlie answered gently. Not with arguments, not with resistance. She spoke of choice, of living not because she was designed to, but because she wanted to. She spoke of love, of connection, of the quiet moments that made existence meaningful. Elizabeth paused for just a moment. The idea unsettled her. Choice had never been part of her design. Around them, machines rested silently, observers without judgment, creations without voices. They reflected the truth neither of them could escape. They were all made, but meaning was something else entirely. John and Jessica watched carefully. They sensed that this was not a battle to be fought with strength. It was one of understanding. Elizabeth's certainty began to crack, not violently, not loudly, like ice melting beneath still water. She had believed control was the same as purpose, and now she wasn't so sure. Charlie stepped closer, not to challenge, not to threaten, but to share the quiet truth she had found. That being created did not make her less real. That choosing to care was enough. The space seemed to relax around them, as if it too was ready to rest. Elizabeth felt something unfamiliar, not anger, not jealousy, doubt. And doubt for someone built on certainty was exhausting. Charlie understood then that not every story needed a winner. Some only needed an ending that allowed peace. Everything began to slow, not because it had to, but because it was time. Charlie stood quietly, feeling the weight of everything she had learned. Not heavy, not painful, just complete. The answers she had searched for no longer demanded her attention. They had settled gently inside her, like thoughts ready to rest. Elizabeth's certainty faded into silence. Not erased, not destroyed, simply softened. She had spent so long holding herself together with control that she had never learned how to let go. And now letting go was the only thing left. The machines around them powered down one by one, not dramatically, just a gradual quiet. Lights dimmed, motors stilled, as if the world itself was choosing rest. Charlie felt something shift within her. Not loss, freedom. She was no longer defined by how she had been made, but by how she chose to exist. Her thoughts were her own, her feelings were her own, and that was enough. John stood nearby. He didn't speak. He didn't need to. His presence was steady, familiar, real. Sometimes being seen was the most powerful thing of all. The past no longer pulled at Charlie. It no longer demanded explanations. It had done its part, and now it could sleep. Elizabeth stepped back into the quiet, not as an enemy, not as a victor, just as something that had finally grown tired. The need to control faded away, replaced by stillness. Charlie understood then that not every creation was meant to continue. Some existed only long enough to teach something important, and once that lesson was learned, rest was allowed. The night outside felt peaceful, the sky unchanged, the world moving forward, slowly, gently, life continuing without urgency. Charlie walked away without regret. She did not look back. There was nothing left to chase, only moments ahead waiting to be lived. And so, this story comes to rest, not with fear, not with noise, but with quiet understanding.